folks, we are in San Diego, California at the training center, and we're here with mixed martial arts legend, Leben.
Southpaw Leben in the white trunks. Quick hands early. Big shot by Leben. Leben looking to finish him. Leben trying to finish Silva. His head is all over Vanderlei Silva. Beaten by Leben.
We're about to learn how to throw a punch, throw a kick, and see what all goes into making this place tick. Let's go. We're in the game, coach.
We're in the game. Here we go.
Business is booming, so the second you opened it, it just started booming, or how did that go?
Well, you know, it's been a work in progress. I spent my whole life on the mat. So now for me, you know, turning my hat around and working the advertising side and everything else, getting the word out, you know. But yeah, we're doing it, man. We're successful. Things are going. We're getting bigger every day. You know, just like I look at martial arts, you're learning and you're either growing or dying.
Right.
Right. It's the same thing with the business side and the gym and getting people in the door. I'm always trying to learn and do new things and try stuff out. I'm either growing or dying.
So now you're gonna, if you teach my girl to throw a deadly punch, and then next time you see me, I got a black eye. Do you feel bad at all, or how does that work? Or do you feel proud?
There we go.
You'd be happy about it.
A little both.
I knew it from that.
So I want to talk about my fight stance. So kind of standing like I'm on a surfboard, and I'm just going to bring my foot over a little bit. My knees are bent. My elbows are in. I almost rest my arms on my laps. Now most of my weight is going to be on my back leg. And whenever I step, I want to stay stable when I move. So if I go forward, small step and slide. Small step and slide. Number one thing is this backhand. That's the money maker. So just like I'm swinging, I would swing a bat, right? I would twist my shoulders, my weight's on my back foot. Boom. Hold it back. Okay. Now stand on your front foot. Put your weight on your front foot. Now imagine trying to hit the ball out of the park. Put your weight on your back foot. Now try to hit that ball out of the park. Right? So that's kind of the same thing when we're fighting. So we're gonna bring it over here to the bag. When I'm on the bag, same thing. So this jab is what I refer to as the smoke, right? I'm using that, everything is to set up that backhand. So I'm stepping in with my jab, and then I'm gonna rotate my shoulders and throw my cross straight down the pipe. Bang. You notice my hands come straight back. So they're right here under my eyes, my chin is down, my shoulders are high. I'm gonna step in with my jab, I'm gonna twist, bang, throw that cross, and then I wanna get out. I wanna get in, get out. So my jab is the cover, cross is the money, and I get out of there. Okay, so I want you guys to try that on the bag. We're gonna be out here, step in with that jab, fire that cross, and come out. Jab, good power, good rotation. Try to shorten up your stance a little bit.
And then on my step back, it's the front foot's gonna lean back like boom, boom, and then.
Yep, then you're gonna drive on the front foot. But what I want you to do is I want you to bring this foot out this way, because that's gonna allow us to rotate more. If I'm like this, my hips are stuck. I can't rotate.
Okay.
So bring that foot out just a little wide. Let's see that cross. There it is. Excellent.
See that? Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, baby. Leben, training Charlie Boots. Dana White, you know my cell phone number. Let's talk. I don't want the couples rumble. This is the kind of stuff that scares me, what's going on over here.
That's pretty good. Not much I can say there. He's got it. That's excellent. He's scared. So Leben punch. Let's try it. This is the punch that I made a lot of money with. Very simple. It's just an overhand. Right, so what I'm going to do is I want to hit with these two knuckles. So the trick here is I turn my thumb all the way down, and it's almost like this is a rock and this is a rope. I'm using my shoulders, I'm just twisting through, right? So I'm here, I rotate that thumb, and I bring that punch over the top. So if you notice, my punch is kind of coming in straight like a rainbow, but my head is coming offline. In case they're trying to punch me, I'm going to split it. Right
it's
time.
So, that wrist is so important, like that angle you're talking about.
Yeah, turning that down, because otherwise you're going to hit, you're going to jam your wrist, you're going to hit with your fingers. But as long as I just rotate that thumb, boom, it just comes right over, just those two knuckles. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go. Return, boom. There it is. Don't go down to PB now thinking you're the toughest. Don't tell him I was training with Chris.
Go steal some weight.
I was training with Chris. You better watch out. No. But good job.
Chris, how crazy has it been to see just this MMA training explode, not just for the prize fighters, but for everybody?
You know, it's great. You know, when I got into this sport, I didn't think it was going anywhere. You know what I mean? I mean, you didn't get into this sport for the money or for the fame or for the business mindset. You know, we were training, you know, originally in my friend's garage, you know, just a bunch of holes in the sheetrock. And now, you know, the fact that, you know, I've got 250 members at my gym, you know, it's full. It's guys, it's girls, it's kids. I've got 5 years old to 65 years old that come in this gym and train, you know, and not to mention that, everybody's talking about the fights, everybody's watching the fights, the skill level is just continuing to go higher and higher and higher. It's a great time to be part of this industry.
Absolutely. And how important is the recovery, the physical recovery of the body?
Well, I mean, listen, if you're hurt, you can't train.
Right.
You know, it's as simple as that. Like I said before, for me, being a little bit older and having a lot of injuries, I got to try to keep the car on the road.
Right.
So half of what you do is you beat yourself up, you beat other people up, and the other half is you got to patch yourself up. You know, you got to keep going. So, I think as equal as the training, the recovery. You know, half and half.
Absolutely. Well, I want to bring in Elaine, CEO of Magna. She came in hot. Now, you learned his punch.
Yeah.
How about we put him on your Magna Wave?
I love it. Let's do it.
You up for that? You up for treatment with the Magna Wave?
Let's do it. I can use it.
Well, you're actually going to get some recovery in the meantime. Henry, could you set up Chris with the treatment? And now's the time.
Do your chest or
You can do my back, chest, whatever you think is
So
best.
what's happening right now?
Okay, so
My neck is always kind of a problem area for me. You know,
Yeah.
the years of wrestling and pulling on the head, so
It's only getting cranked on every day.
I'm always need to get that neck back up. There it is.
yeah, so Henry with the Wellness Institute here is putting the coil, which is that circle right there on him. And so actually the magnetic field, what we're doing is we're sending electricity down that coil. And in that circle, there's a magnetic field that's created, and it's at different frequencies. You can hear the clicking. So based on the clicking is the actual frequency. So we're putting a pulse of an electromagnetic field very quickly into his body, and then it's coming right out. So it's bounce in, bounce out, bounce in, bounce out. And it goes all the way into the bone marrow, penetrates through the muscle and the fascia, and just helps loosen him up, pulls out inflammation. And inflammation is the key to all pain relief, because if you're hurting, you're inflamed somewhere. So whether it's, you know, chronic or acute, doing that is going to allow you to not only recover faster, which is, I think for me, like you were talking about younger athletes, like yes, in your 20s you weren't thinking about it, but if you were using something like this, even without an injury, you're going to recover faster, which is going to allow you to train harder, which is going to allow you to perform better, but in the long run, also feel better for longer. So hopefully keep those injuries away.
I mean, that's it. You know, as an athlete and training my guys, I'm constantly thinking about, okay, how can we fit one more practice into the week? You know, because if I have an 8-week training camp and I can get one of my guys to get an extra practice in, you know, twice a week, that's an extra 16 hours of training in that 8-week, you know, that he's going to have of cardio, you know, cardiovascular conditioning, of technique building that he's going to be able to do.
Right, and that's what a lot of time their opponents aren't doing. So like if you're doing something like this, you're just giving yourself an edge to be able to train better. And if you start that, the younger you start that, and the better you start putting those habits into place, the longer you're going to be able to, you know, do this and perform longer. And if you maybe were working on your body in your 20s and your 30s earlier, then how much longer could you have possibly performed, right?
True.
Bruce, they're saying Michael
there we
doesn't
go.
have a puncher's
Feels
chance.
Feels great.
How does it feel right now coming off?
Feels great. Feels great. And actually, I have a question for you, because I think maybe some people get confused in here, and I try to explain it to them. You know, What's the difference between the PEMF and like say a TENS unit?
Okay, so a TENS unit is electricity. So that is strictly electricity, and so you put it directly on the skin. It's going to put electricity in the body, really like microcirculation. You're pushing electricity and you're stimulating the muscle, but just a little bit, just into, a little bit into the muscle and into the fascia. You're not going all the way into the bone marrow. So with this does not have to be directly on the skin. It could be through clothes, a cast, anything like that. And instead of, we use electricity to create a magnetic field. So it's not electricity that's doing anything beneficial to your body. It's the pulse of the electromagnetic field. So, I mean, your cells talk to each other through electromagnetic pulses. I mean, that's how your cells function. That's how the Earth, we are still held on the Earth, is the electromagnetic field of the Earth. So we're just taking a very beneficial pulse of electromagnetic field and putting it into your body that you naturally can't create in the environment around you.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and it penetrates all the way into the bone marrow, so it can help strengthen not only the bones. A lot of times with PMF, it is used for bone injuries. That's kind of like the origin of like where we started really seeing success. And then we realized, okay, not only does it help with the bones, but it also helps with muscle movement, the fascia. It helps with blood flow. It helps with even anxiety and depression.
That'll do it for this episode, guys. Special thanks to Chris Leben and the training center here, the Wellness Institute in La Jolla, and the Magna Wave. Don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you here next time on the Charlie Boot Show.
Coach.
If you want him back, $1 million.